So today, we're going to take a journey into a culture through two of its most intimate forms of expression. Its sacred music, which is designed to literally awaken the soul at dawn, and its completely unique language of love, which is crafted for whispers in the dark. Let's dive in.
So what you're looking at right here, this isn't just some random string of symbols. You should think of it as a piece of art, a musical score, and a prayer, all rolled into one. It's an artifact from the Arreqqana people, and believe me, it holds a much, much deeper meaning than you might think at first glance. And together, we are about to unlock it.
And that really gets us to the core question of this whole explainer. I mean, forget everything you know about sheet music. Seriously, just imagine a system where every single symbol tells a story of feeling, of nature, of the very energy it's supposed to invoke. That's the world we're stepping into right now.
All right, so let's start right there, with that artifact we just saw. In this first section, we're going to deconstruct a specific dawn chant. It's called Nishia Nomara Makathar, and its name, well, it translates to something really beautiful. The fire of love awakens.
So this is what those mysterious glyphs actually mean. See, it's not just a song. It's more like a set of instructions for a morning ritual, a meditation on waking up, gathering your energy, and then just releasing it out into the world. But how in the world do you get all of that from just 8 little symbols?
Well, to figure that out, we've got to look under the hood. We need to understand the tools they're using. So let's explore the fundamental system behind all of Arreqqana music. These are the building blocks that make everything else possible.
At the heart of it all is this concept called Kihia glyphs, or sacred sound glyphs. It's kind of like this. In Western music, a note is just a note, right? A pitch and a duration. But here, a single glyph is a whole universe of meaning. It's a sound, a feeling, a natural element, and even a specific action, all packed into one.
Okay, so let's break this down. Take a look at the 9 core notes here. And what's really cool is the shape of the symbol itself gives you a hint about its meaning. Look at Re, that upward spiral. It just feels like awakening and clarity. The symbol is the concept.
But wait, it doesn't stop there. Each note also has a color aura that's connected to its emotional frequency. So a note isn't just a sound, it's a feeling that literally resonates as a color. A joyful sound glows with a golden aura of abundance. A sound of affection radiates pink. It's like a built-in synesthesia, where sound and color are one and the same.
All right, now for the next layer. These tiny little accent marks tie the sound to the natural elements and tell you exactly how you're supposed to perform it. You see a dot above a glyph? That tells you to sing it with a short, sharp, fiery burst. You see a wave underneath? That means you let it flow like water, smooth and connected.
And it's not just about the notes themselves. They have glyphs for the space between the notes. Kiala represents a sacred pause, a moment of intentional silence. And Amatar is the energy bloom, a huge, powerful crescendo. The really crucial thing to get here is that silence and dynamics are treated with the exact same reverence as the notes themselves.
Okay, we've got the building blocks, we've got the keys to the system, so let's go back to that original chant Na Kia Namara and see the incredible structure that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time.
So the chant is actually made of 2 spirals working together. You have the inner spiral, the invocation. Think of it like a slow, deep breath in, gathering energy. And then you have the outer spiral, the return bloom, which is a faster, more radiant expansion of that energy, like a breath out. You can see how everything, the glyphs, the tempo, even the direction you read it in, is all designed to serve that single purpose.
And when it's performed, it's a ritual that happens in just 3 breaths. Your first breath is all about gathering that energy. The second breath is for reflection, and it lands right on that sacred silence of Kailar. And then that third breath is just this total release, singing that final Amatar glyph in a huge, powerful, blooming crescendo. So simple, but so profound.
Okay, get ready because we're about to make a hard left turn. We've seen how the Arreqqana structure the sacred, but what happens when they turn that same incredible level of detail and intention to the language of human connection, of courtship, and desire? So they have this special dialect just for this, and it's called Lorica. But here's the fascinating part. It's not a regional thing, like a southern accent. It's a language they consciously built, a language of the heart, specifically designed for expressing these really heightened emotional and sensual ideas. And to even begin to understand Lorica, you have to get your head around this one verb, noresar. It doesn't just mean to see or to look.
It means to observe someone so closely, so intently, that it actually sparks desire inside you. The action and the feeling are locked together in one word. And this one verb is the foundation for everything that follows.
And that brings us to our first taste of Arreqqana poetry. Nourissar le fleur lea. She observes the sweetness, and it stirs. Notice how delicate that is. It suggests the feeling, it doesn't just shout it from the rooftops. It is a language of pure nuance.
And the poem just keeps building on that, weaving these different points of view together. You have his observation, which blends the intimate with the elemental, sacred milk or rising flame, and then her perspective mirrors his, finding strength in the flow of the ocean and the expanse of the sky. It's this beautiful dance between the deeply personal and the totally universal.
So the full poem keeps expanding on this, bringing in perspectives for you and they, until it's created this complete tapestry of desire, seen from every possible angle. It builds a whole shared world out of love, memory, and this deep, unspoken connection between people.
So you're probably wondering, how do they even build a language like this? Well, Lorica basically cherry-picks words, or maybe emotional flavors is a better way to put it, from all their different regional dialects. They take the soft, lyrical words for sweetness and ocean from the coastal dialect, and they weave them together with the intense, fiery words for ritual fire and mirage from the desert. It's like linguistic alchemy. It's amazing.
And what you get is this language with an absolutely incredible emotional range. You can have something deeply romantic like, "Your silence holds my name more sacred than sound ever could." And then in the very same language, you can have something a little more direct, a little teasing like, "Did your flame miss my milk?" It can be both poetic and playful.
Okay, so let's zoom out and connect the dots. We've looked at a system for sacred music that's built on emotion and a language for intimacy that's built by weaving together different emotional flavors. And this is the key takeaway. In this culture, the line between the sacred and the sensual, well, it's not really there. They're just different threads woven from the exact same cloth.
And honestly, nothing shows this better than this one final line of Arreqqana poetry. "You taste like my favorite sin." That phrase just perfectly captures how this culture embraces the whole messy, beautiful spectrum of human feeling. The ideas of sin and favorite aren't opposites. They're just two sides of the same complicated, wonderful emotion.
And that kind of leaves us with one last thing to think about. The Arreqqana have a single specific word, Nourissar, for the act of observing someone with desire. So I'll just leave you with this question. If we had a word like that in our own language, how do you think it would change the conversations we have, and maybe even the poems we write, about love?